Hello people, today I'm finally going to show you my bathroom renovation. I can't wait to show you, I'm so excited. Because I started my bathroom renovation over a year ago, I wasn't doing YouTube then, so I don't have any video footage, but I do have photos. So I'm going to have to show you photo by photo and sort of let you know in between what the stages were. So the first photo is going to be coming up, and that'll be the way the bathroom looked when I first bought it. Very dark, very drab, and not very functional. Now we're going to see that how I pulled out the cabinets. I'll show you two photos. One is pulling out the cabinets, and you'll see there's black mold down the side, which, as you're aware, or probably aware, is toxic. So that cabinet I was very glad to get rid of. And the next one, you'll see the tiles and things on the floor, and you'll be able to see where the taps were compared to, so you'll see where the taps were, so you can imagine where the sink was, and then you'll see that the mirror was in the wrong spot. If someone wanted to shave in front of the mirror, you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. In that last photo you would have seen that I had learnt to tile the floor. I had also learnt to cut a hole in the cement floor sheeting, which was a challenge. I didn't realise, even though I knew it was cement, and my drill bits got blunt before someone handed me a concrete drill bit so that I could do the task properly. So the waste pipe had to be 1.5 inches wide in order to cope with the added water from having a washing machine put into the bathroom as well. So that's why the pipe had to be widened. And so yeah, I did the pipe and the tiling, and I started to build the timber frame then for my bathroom / laundry bench. So I had wanted to have a little section, excuse the midges flying everywhere, I wanted to have a little section for a sink, and then enough underbench space for a washing machine and a dryer, and plenty of on top of bench space for folding washing and clean washing when you're having a shower, that sort of thing. And I also wanted to have a lot of storage up on the wall, so we'll get to that. But this next photo is where I've started to cut the tiles and things for the top of the bench and lining up the holes, etc., for the plumbing in the sink. And I hadn't done any of this stuff before. I was lucky enough that one of my grown sons has been working under the supervision of a builder for over a year now, so if I needed to know something and he didn't know it, he could ask, but most of the time my son did know. So I can very proudly say that I did this bathroom renovation myself. I did have my son help me on a few spots, because I now know that I needed clamps, and that's why I wasn't having an easy time of it. But with someone else there to hold things, it made it a lot easier. But yes, I need clamps, and once I move I will purchase some. Okay, I'll show you the next photo now. Okay, the photo that's coming next is when I had grouted the tiles on the bench and the splashback, and I had siliconed down the sink, and the weight is in the sink just to give it some pressure so that it sticks down well. The plumbing had been connected, and I learnt a valuable lesson that you should paint the walls before you silicone. So note how the silicone prevented the paint from sticking in spots, so I then had to peel off the silicone and paint, and then silicone again. The next photo is after I fixed it, and I'm just proving that it got done, and I'm almost at the finished stage. So this is how I had left my bathroom for 12 months or so, at this almost finished stage. You'll note that just in front of the sink there isn't anything covering the I don't know what you call it, the front section between yourself and the plumbing. There wasn't anything covering there. I did that today, and I also did the little section that you'll see in the video clip afterwards, which is in front of the toilet. Okay. I've got to put a piece of cement sheeting on the end here of the bench. I've kept some aside, I just haven't been bothered to mark it all up and fit it, so that's what I'm trying to do today. I've got a piece of cardboard. As you can see, I'm going to say that the wall isn't straight. Could be that the leg wasn't put in straight, but because I did that, then it can't be that, it must be the wall. But I've got a piece of cardboard, and I've got it flat on the bottom, down on the floor, and I've got an angle bracket and a pencil, and I've wrapped some tape around that side of the angle bracket because I'm going to use that as my guide to draw a line for the edge for my template. I'm actually going to start at the bottom where you can't see, so I'm apologising for that now, but yeah, here we go. Okay, so there's a bit of a line there, so now I can take it outside and cut it and fit it to shape. Okay, for this side, I got my pencil and I ran it down the edge of the leg so that I could mark this before I cut it. And now I'm just putting a little mark over here and a matching mark on this side. And I'll get a straight edge and cut across there, and I should be able to check that my template fits, and then I'll cut my cement sheeting. Well, that's the cement sheeting just sort of pushed into place. You can see down here where I had to cut out around the tile, and it's all pretty close to perfect along this edge. So yeah, I've just got to liquid nails that on and paint it. All done. The end result. I'm trying to keep the camera on landscape, but it's a little bit difficult. So I'm also trying to not show you my dirty bathroom. Oh, the tape on the toilet, that's for Cheeto. I'll explain in a minute. I need to put some silicone down that edge because it wasn't a perfect fit. I said that I'd mention about the sticky tape on the toilet seat lid and how that has to do with Cheeto. Well, our Cheeto is a very clever boy. He uses the toilet, and I have to tape the lid up because if we have guests come over and they don't realise or they forget that Cheeto uses the toilet, if they put the lid down, he can't use it then, and it can create problems. So I simply tape it up and it's not a problem then. If someone forgets to put the actual seat down, Cheeto can still balance, so it's not as big an issue. But the lid down is a big problem. I know my bathroom's not perfect. I did it myself. That gives me pride. It also gives me confidence to try and do these sorts of things again. By trade, I'm a nurse. I'm not a tradie. So it was lots of fun. I've really enjoyed myself, and I can't wait to get myself a house where I have to pull everything apart and do this throughout the whole thing. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day.